Hey guys. So, I just accidentally recorded a video of myself watching the teaser to the Solo movie because I just did. But that was an original reaction because I had never seen that before. So, if you want to watch that, my original reaction where I realized like a few seconds in like, "Oh, I haven't seen this one before." There's that. As far as this Solo trailer, I have seen this before. I've seen it a couple times. I think I've seen it 2 or 3 times. I want to say 3 weeks to a month ago. And I've blocked out a lot of it because, you know. So this is a fairly original reaction. I'll try to keep it, in the moment and as authentic as I can. I always try to be authentic, but just I'm gonna try to look at it with fresh eyes. But yeah, I'll let you know my thoughts after watching it. Let's see how it feels. Okay. Oh my gosh. So yeah, adjust your sound accordingly because I don't know if this is gonna like blare out your speakers or anything, or your phone, or whatever device you happen to be watching this on. So here we go. Hold on to your butts.
You're after something. Is it revenge? Money? Or is it something else? You look good. A little rough around the edges, but good.
Heard about a job. Big shot gangster putting together a crew.
I'm a driver. And I'm a flyer. I waited a long time for a shot like this. What do you think? Well, what do you know?
You got a line on a ship?
Yeah, I know a guy. He's the best smuggler around.
I heard a story about you. I was wondering if it's true. Everything you heard about me is true.
L3!
Let's go with a mean man's face.
Who are these guys? If you come with us, you're in this life for good.
Might wanna buckle up, baby.
Let me give you some advice. Assume everyone will betray you. And you will never be disappointed.
I got a really good feeling about this.
Since when do you know how to fly?
190 years old? You look great. Push it.
I need a minute. Yeah. Okay. So, thoughts on Solo, a Star Wars story trailer. Better than the teaser. Very exciting. Overall. Exciting tone, I should say. I don't know if I'm excited, but it has an exciting tone. The look, they've got the look down. They've got the Star Wars look down. I have to say that. That's a thought that is important to address, I think, is that even in The Last Jedi, they have a lot of the look of the Star Wars universe down. It feels grittier, it feels more raw, and that's something that I feel like the prequels was really lacking. Just because it took place in a time that was different in terms of wars and balance, and you know, it was supposed to be a more ideal time in the galaxy. I think Lucas went and made the prequels look way too symmetrical and smooth and shiny and new, and everything was CGI in the prequels. Let's be honest, everything other than the human beings was CGI in the prequels. And I think that's something that they're realizing is important. So I give credit to that. We have a lot more practical effects, which is really cool. I like seeing that. I like the sets look cool. The locations look cool. By the way, I would love to see Cloud City. I think my favorite aspect of the trailer is obviously Chewie. Chewie's great. I love Chewie. I love Chewie. And Lando is one of my favorite characters in anything at any time. And the more I see from Donald Glover, I think that's his name, the more I'm like, I think he could do this. The only thing that's giving me pause with that is it's hard to match. Lando's energy is just so smooth and so and he always feels like he has this, like, he's like happy, but he has this, like, he has something in his, like, in his back pocket that he might or might not show you. And I don't know if Donald Glover is getting that exactly. He's a talented guy, clearly. And I would love to see him portray, you know, the young Lando effectively. And I think he has a better shot at it than that other guy. Because the guy that's playing Solo, I don't care how much earlier this is. Like, that guy does not feel like Han Solo at all. People don't change that much. So yeah, he feels so stiff, and he feels like someone trying to do a Han Solo impression. Like, he doesn't feel like Han Solo. Harrison Ford felt like Han Solo. He also felt like Indiana Jones, who's a very similar character, but he was those characters. This guy feels like he's an actor trying to play Han Solo that got lucky with the part. Yeah, so it's just the mannerisms, everything, and even the little thing of, like, I have a good feeling about this. It's like, I'm sorry, but people don't change from an optimist to a pessimist later in life. Like, I know they're trying to do that. Like, oh, so much happened to him, and he became so much more skeptical and cynical, and, you know, and it's like, no, I don't think Han Solo was ever a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, I have a good feeling about this kind of guy. I don't. I'm sorry, I really, really don't. So that's a little bit annoying. You saw me roll my eyes, I'm sure, a few times. I felt myself roll my eyes a few times. I said this in the other video that I'll probably end up posting when I watched the teaser accidentally. And I do have a bit of, like, my issue isn't with the actress herself. It's more with the casting choice of the casting director, is the girl from Game of Thrones. Because to me, that just feels like such an obvious way for the producers and for the team and for Disney to pull in the Game of Thrones audience, because we all know that Game of Thrones people love whatever her name is in that show. I'm sorry, I'm not a Game of Thrones person. I know that a lot of nerds are, but I don't consider that nerd culture personally. I just feel like it's a glorified soap opera that takes place in a medieval looking time. I know there are dragons and cool elements and stuff, but to me it just basically feels like, you know, it doesn't feel, sorry, it just doesn't, that's just my opinion, that's my opinion, and you're all entitled to your opinions on the Game of Thrones. This is not a Game of Thrones review, but I might do that one day, because I feel like it needs it. I feel like people are so behind it, and I just don't really feel, I don't understand that, and I love nerd culture for the most part, so anyway, I'll probably get a lot of hate for that comment, so I'm sorry. But I love, like, Lord of the Rings, like, that's perfect. Like, Lord of the Rings, great. Even Harry Potter, I love Harry Potter. But, like, Game of Thrones, it just feels like it doesn't quite feel nerdy to me. It just feels like, it almost feels like all the cool kids got together and were like, hey, like, nerd culture's in right now, so let's do something really cool but it's actually nerdy because it looks nerdy because there are dragons and medieval looking people with like really expensive old-fashioned costumes in it, and like these weird subplots with wolves and stuff and White Walkers. Like it just feels like, and they have, I don't know. Okay, anyway, this is becoming, let's not do that. Anyway, Solo, my thoughts. Will I see it? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly can't tell you. I don't have a lot of hope for Star Wars after seeing The Last Jedi, which is a really sad thing to say, but it's just kind of how I feel. Yeah. Oh, and that android really bothers me. just like, do we need like if she's a character in the movie, that's fine. But just the fact that they need to show her in the trailer, like, I'm so glad we took this job. Like, why do we need to show that there's a strong female android? Is that necessary for the trailer? Like, I get if you have a strong female android, but something tells me that she's gonna be like a focal point of like, look how progressive the Star Wars universe is now. We have like a really strong female android, and I don't want that to sound sexist or anything, because there's, of course we can have strong female androids, of course, like why wouldn't we? But the fact that she's a focal point, like what she said isn't that cool. Oh, I'm so glad we took this job. Like, do we need that in the trailer? I don't. So just the same thing as like showing porgs in the trailer for The Last Jedi. They were barely a part of the movie. They had no character whatsoever. They weren't even Ewok level. They were like half of Ewok level. They didn't do anything. It was just to get kids into the theaters. They're cute. Porgs are very cute, don't get me wrong. And I'm sure this android has something to offer. I'm sure she's wonderful at something. But like, it's like, we see you, Disney. We see you, Kennedy. We see what you're doing, and it is not cool. We see what you're doing. It's a money grab. So yeah, this feels it. I honestly wonder how much of it is going to have any integrity and any. I know that's a really bland, broad statement to make. I don't mean it that way. I don't want to lose my love of Star. I know I will never lose my love of Star Wars because I know I'll always have the original trilogy. But it's just hard. It's hard being a fan right now, and it's so polarized, and people are so angry and scared and defensive, and it's just a hard time to be a Star Wars fan. So it's sad. Sorry, I have really bad allergies. It's like spring is here. Excuse me. Sorry for your speakers. But anyway, I don't really know what else to say. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree, let me know why. If you disagree, let me know why. Let me know your thoughts on Game of Thrones, because I know it does well critically on Rotten Tomatoes, and almost everyone I know is obsessed with it, but part of me makes me feel like makes my like counterculture be even more like, okay, like I get it, you guys, you keep it, it's fine. I've watched like 3 or 4 seasons of it, and I just couldn't get into. I was like, you're just constantly adding new characters and killing characters, and it felt like The Walking Dead, when it was just like constantly like, okay, we get it, you're bringing in new people and you're killing old people, and there's a formula, and then there's a twist, and then the formula, like, what is the formula? And it's just. So anyway, I would love to do a talk about that. I'd love to talk about something like Westworld, which I really thought was going to be amazing, judging by the pilot episode, because what a cool freaking concept. But then after watching it, I was like, it's the same exact thing. So anyway, you got another one of my rants today. Sorry for the long talk. I'm about to have a coughing fit. I can feel it. These allergies are killing me, so I'm gonna go. May the force be with you. All right, see you guys later. Bye.